Hello everyone, today I wanted to walk you through a few articles in this newspaper called Selkovantaalainen. So as a quick intro, Vantaa is a city in Finland and it's the fourth largest city based on population. So number one is Helsinki, then we have Espoo, Tampere and Vantaa. Vantaa should be familiar to you because it's where the airport, the largest airport in Finland, it's located in Vantaa. So you probably flew into Finland via the Helsinki-Vantaa airport. Also, Vantaa has about a 20% foreign-speaking population. So there are a lot of people living in Vantaa that their mother tongue is not Finnish. So recently, alongside their regular newspaper, they have released this newspaper called Selkovantaalainen, which is for free, and they have different news pickup points around the city. So if you live nearby, you can go and pick one up for free, and it's basically a newspaper with some of the local news written in a more clear way. So the Finnish that they use is simpler. It's similar to the online selkosuomi on Yle, which you can check in the link down below. But I just wanted to go through a few articles together here with you just for fun. So first we can go through this first paragraph in this article about talviuinnista tulee hyvä olo. Are any of you guys familiar with the concept Avanto? Avanto. It's basically ice swimming. So that is what this lady in the news article, what she's doing. She is swimming in the Avanto. So the title here is talviuinnista tulee hyvä olo. So talviuinti means talvi, winter, uinti, swimming. So the STA at the end is kind of like from winter swimming, tulee, you get, you become, hyvä, good, olo, feeling. So from winter swimming, you get a good feeling, or you feel good. So the first section has this lady's name, Anitta Lindström, käy uimassa melkein joka päivä. So käy is the hän form of käydä, which means to visit or go somewhere. So because we're talking about this lady Anitta, we're using the he-she form because you're referring to her as hän. Hän käy. And then uimassa, swimming, melkein, almost, joka päivä means every day. Päivä is day. Hän kulkee kotoaan Itä-Hakkilasta Kuusijärvelle uimaan polkupyörällä yleensä aikaisin aamulla. So hän, in this case, it's referring to she, kulkee, travels, kotoaan. So koti means home. Kotoaan is from her home. Itä-Hakkila is an area in Vantaa, and then again the STA at the end kind of means from Itä-Hakkila, so she travels from her home in Itä-Hakkila. Itä means east, so from East Hakkila, but the whole place area is called Itä-Hakkila. So Kuusijärvi is an area in Vantaa that is a kind of public recreational area. In the winter, you can go ice swimming. In the summer, it is a beach, and they also have some nature trails there. So Kuusijärvelle, to Kuusijärvi. The LLE at the end means to that place. And then Kuusijärvi itself means, Kuusi can mean either the number 6 or spruce tree. And järvi is a lake. Uimaan, swimming. Polkupyörällä. Polku means pedaling, pyörä is bike, so a bicycle. LLA at the end kind of means like with the bike. Yleensä, usually, aikaisin, early, aamulla, in the morning. Lindström on nyt eläkkeellä. So on, is, nyt, now, eläkkeellä, is retired. So if someone is eläkkeellä, it means that they are retired. So Lindström is now retired. And this LLL is like on retirement. Talviuinnin hän aloitti jo noin 35 vuotta sitten. So talviuinnin, winter swimming, hän, she, aloitti, started, it's in past tense. Aloittaa is the present tense, and the I in the word. So if you add an I into a word, it's usually indicating past tense. So hän aloitti jo, already, noin, about, approximately, 35 vuotta, years, sitten, ago. So winter swimming, she started already about 35 years ago. Avantouinnista puhutaan silloin, kun jäähän tehdään avanto, eli aukko, jossa voi käydä uimassa. So avantouinnista puhutaan silloin. Avantouinti, remember, is ice swimming. So we speak about ice swimming then, when. So puhutaan is the passive form of puhua. So it means when avantouinti is spoken about in a general sense. Silloin, then, kun, when. So that bit kind of means avantouinti is spoken about then, when, jäähän, into the ice. Jää is ice. Jäähän, into the ice. Tehdään. Tehdä is to make. Avanto. So, and here it's explaining what avanto means. So, wait, let me just do the whole sentence. It'll make more sense. Eli, so, aukko, like a gap, a hole. Jossa, where, voi, you can, käydä, go, uimassa, swim. Avantouinti is spoken about then when into the ice you make a avanto, so a hole where you can go swimming. So that's what avanto means. When there's there's ice in the water, and into the ice they make a hole where you can go swimming. So that is what avanto is. The next sentence is työkaverini harrasti avantouintia. So työkaveri is a work friend or colleague. Työ, work, kaveri, friend. It kind of means colleague, work friend. And then the ni at the end indicates my. So my work friend, my colleague, harrasti. This is past tense of harrastaa, which means to do something as a hobby. Avantouintia. It's in partitive case form. So my work friend had avantouinti as a hobby. Hän kysyi minulta joka aamu töissä, olenko jo käynyt uimassa. So hän kysyi, she or he asked me, minulta, from me. Kysyi is the past tense of kysyä, to ask. So again, that I is the hint there that we're talking about past tense. Minulta, from me. So the LTA kind of translates to from me. So she, he asked from me, joka aamu, joka, every, aamu, morning, töissä, at work. SS at the end is at. Työ means at your workplace, at your job. So he, she asked me every morning at work, olenko, have I, jo, already, käynyt, went, uimassa, swimming. So remember here we have the word olenko, so the ko at the end indicates a question. So have I, olenko. Sitten, then, yhtenä tammikuun aamuna, then on one January morning, so tammikuu is January, kävin, I went, again the I there, makes it past tense of käydä. Kokeilemassa is to try something. Kokeilla is to try or to test something out. Avantouintia, ice swimming, täällä, here at Kuusjärvellä, at Kuusjärvi. So on one January morning, I went to try avantouinti here at Kuusjärvi. Jäin siihen hyvään tunteeseen koukkuun. Jäin siihen hyvään tunteeseen means I got, jäin siihen, that, hyvään tunteeseen koukkuun. A hyvä tunne is like a good feeling. Koukkuun means to get hooked on something. So koukku is a hook. So if you jäädä koukkuun, it means you get hooked on something or you get addicted or you basically get hooked onto that feeling. So she's saying she got hooked onto that good feeling. And then Lindström kertoo. Lindström tells. Sen lisäksi, in addition, että talviuinnista tulee hyvä olo. In addition that winter swimming makes you feel good. Hyvä olo. Remember, feel good. Sillä on ollut muitakin hyviä vaikutuksia. It has had other good effects. On ollut, has had, muitakin, other, hyviä, good, plural, vaikutuksia, effects, plural. Aiemmin, previously, Lindströmin jalat palelivat helposti. Lindströms jalat, legs, plural, so jalka is one leg, jalat, two legs, palelivat helposti. So to palella is to kind of get cold. Helposti, easily. So her legs got cold easily. But, uimisen takia, because of swimming. So something takia is because of that thing. So uimisen takia means because of swimming. Hän, she, sietää kylmää nykyään paremmin. Sietää is to be able to withstand something. So to sietää kylmää is to be able to stand the cold, to withstand the coldness. Nykyään paremmin. Nykyään is like these days, paremmin, better. Myös hänen vastustuskykynsä, myös hänen, also her. Vastustuskyky is immune system, so also her immune system on parantunut, so has improved. Parantua is to improve. On parantunut, has improved. Eikä hän enää tule niin usein kipeäksi. And she doesn't anymore get sick so often. Eikä hän enää, and she doesn't, tule, become, niin usein, so often, kipeäksi, sick. So kipeä is to be sick. So it is Selkovantaalainen, but still there's probably a lot of vocab that might be unfamiliar for you, and especially, you know, with the endings and stuff, it does make it a bit tricky, but this has been written more clearly than the regular newspapers here. So let's just shortly go over one more article that is quite relevant, I guess, to the upcoming spring here in Finland. So the title is called Vaalit lähestyvät. So vaali is an election. Lähestyvät is to become closer, or the vaalit are approaching. The elections are approaching. So we're having our elections on April 2nd. So this article is basically about that. So I'll just go over the first part of this article, because I think also some of the info in this could be interesting if you're interested in the Finnish government system. So eduskunta is the parliament here. Eduskunta säätää Suomen kaikki lait. So eduskunta säätää is in charge of Suomen, Finland's kaikki, every light, laws, or the eduskunta is in charge of all of Finland's laws. So light, laws, plural. Se myös päättää sitä. It also decides that. So se, it, myös, also, päättää is to decide. Sitä, that. Mihin Suomen valtion rahat joka vuosi käytetään. So mihin is where Suomen valtion, the Finnish state's, rahat, money, joka vuosi, every year, käytetään, is used. Eduskuntaan kuuluu 200 jäsentä. So in the parliament there belongs 200 members. So kuuluu is belong. So eduskuntaan, in the parliament, kuuluu belongs 200 jäsentä, members. Jäsen is a member of something. Jotka, that, valitaan, are chosen, aina 4 vuoden välein, always every 4 years, so 4 vuoden välein is every 4 years, vaaleilla, with a vote, with an election, so vaalit is election, so with an election. The next paragraph says seuraavan kerran, so seuraavan kerran, next time, eduskunnan jäsenet, so the parliament's members, eli kansan edustajat, so the next time the parliament's members, so kansan edustajat, so the parliament members are called in Finnish kansan edustaja, valitaan, are chosen, 2. huhtikuuta. So if you see a number in Finland like 2 dot, you're supposed to read it kahdes, like the second. Okay, like in English we have the 2 and D on the top of the letter 2, 2nd of April. In Finland you would indicate that by putting a number 2 and then a dot after that. So that would be 2nd huhtikuuta of April. So huhtikuu is April. Silloin pidetään eduskuntavaalit. Silloin, then, pidetään, we have, this is again in passive voice, then the eduskuntavaalit, the parliament elections, are held. Vaaleissa, so SSA again, in the election, jokainen, every, 18 vuotta täyttänyt Suomen kansalainen, 18 years täyttänyt, everyone who has turned 18, Suomen kansalainen means Finnish citizen, saa valita yhden ehdokkaan. Saa valita, can choose, yhden, one, ehdokkaan, one candidate. So ehdokas is a candidate. Jota äänestää, that they vote. So to äänestää is to vote. Ehdokkaat edustavat myös puoluetta. So ehdokkaat, the candidates, edustavat, represent, myös, also, puoluetta, a party. So a puolue is a political party. Suomessa, in Finland, so the SSA means in, Suomi, Suomessa, in Finland, on, is, or in Finland there is a monipuoluejärjestelmä. So let's break down that word. Moni means many, puolue, party, järjestelmä, system. So a multi-party system. Eli eduskunnassa, so in the parliament, voi olla, there can be, monien eri puolueiden edustajia. Monien, many, eri puolueiden, different, so eri is like different, puolueiden, different parties, edustajia, representatives. If you edusta something, you represent something. So Finland is a multi-party system, so in the parliament you can have many representatives from different parties, is basically what that sentence means. Kun puolueen ehdokas saa vaaleissa ääniä, kun, when, puolueen, a party's ehdokas, representative. Ehdokas is more like a nominee. Saa, gets, vaaleissa ääniä, vaaleissa, in the election, ääniä, an ääni, in this case, refers to a vote. So when a party's nominee gets a vote in the election, ne lisäävät myös puolueen äänimäärää. Ne, it, lisäävät, increases myös also puolueen, the party's äänimäärää, total votes. Puolueen ehdokkaiden yhteinen äänimäärä siis ratkaisee, kuinka monta paikkaa puolue saa eduskunnassa. So what that kind of translates to is the parties, all of the parties' nominees, all their votes altogether determines how many seats in the parliament that party gets. They tally up all of the votes that, for example, the SDP party gets. Doesn't matter who you're voting for. If you're voting for someone in SDP, they count all of those votes together, and based on that, it determines how many seats you get in the parliament. And the same goes for other parties. Puolueen ehdokkaiden, the party's nominees, yhteinen, total, they're together, their combined äänimäärä, amount of votes, siis ratkaisee, so that determines kuinka monta, how many, paikkaa, seats, puolue, the party, gets, eduskunnassa, in the eduskunta, so SSA, in the parliament. That's all we basically have time for. This video is already very long, but I just wanted to show you that there is this kind of newspaper in Vantaa. If you happen to live there or nearby, you can get it for free. And Yle has the same kind of online selkosuomi type of news that's meant to be written easier. So hopefully this was fun to kind of get some current news and go through the article with me together. So yeah, I guess that just about concludes this video. So till next time.